All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Turn this music all the way off. I know it's been a long time. I know it's been a long damn time, but we back. I know it's been a long time, but we are back. We are back. We are back with Bamsmithtv. Back off hiatus. I had to do a couple of things, move a couple of things around, get moving and shaking. How are you guys doing today? Rhetorical question. Don't answer that. You know, I got a good topic for y'all. You know, I got a good ass topic for y'all today. You know, I got some crazy ass shit that I've been going on, personal life experiences. That's why I've been going. You know, life comes at you fast. Nothing you can do about it, but just readjust and try to figure shit out. But a lot has happened in my wake while I was gone. What has it been? About like 3 months. I want to say the last episode, the last live stream I did was in March, I think. Probably more than 3 months, but either way, we back. And I want to try to do this weekly. And we'll see how things go. We'll see how things go. So I don't think I want to start with the Charleston White and Princella or Pastor P or whatever it is that they call her, the Queen Maker, that topic. I don't think I want to start with that because, you know, that's not what's really percolating in my mind right now. what's really kind of percolating in my mind is that conversation that Dr. Umar Johnson had with those young men. I don't know if anybody has seen it, but Dr. Umar Johnson went on a podcast recently, and he had a lot of interesting thoughts about Black men, kind of putting the accountability on us to fix the community and fix our community. I won't say that he's wrong. I just thought that he had an interesting perspective on how he presented it. And I thought it was at a very interesting time when all of these gender war debates are going on. Dr. Umar Johnson, I think he was going to offer a little bit of a more in-depth critique to like what's going on and like what solutions that we could possibly have or we could possibly make to the bullshit. But hold on, let me just go. Let me pull that up. Pull this video up. Here it is. Daily wrap-up crew. Share that with y'all. Share. Here we go.
That might be most Black people. Love ain't love for most white folks. Everything white people do has a political purpose. Everything white people do has a political purpose. Ain't no love is love with white folks.
Would we be considered racist if we only date within our race?
No, that's what you call race loyalty. And racism is a group system of exploitation, discrimination, oppression, bias, where one group seeks to deny all members of another group their fair share of resources, opportunities, and privileges. You know why you can't be a racist? You don't own a damn thing white people need in order to live. True. White people need you for nothing, but you need them. Whose schools our kids go to? Theirs.
True.
Our money in whose banks? Theirs. Who's building the houses we need to rent and buy? Them. Who's shipping our stuff around the world that we need to order to live? Them. You follow me? They don't need us. We need them for everything. We are as dependent on white people today as we was when slavery ended 157 years ago.
Learning more, I realized
you can't see how we created that.
I understand that, but she needs.
If we was loving our women and taking care of our women, do you think she would be like that? That personality has a history.
If she's picking Pookie and Ray Ray instead of
you're making her a scapegoat.
No, she's picking a scapegoat.
No.
There's good quality men that they ignore.
Why she even got it? Why is there even a Pookie in the selection?
You gotta ask her that.
No. I'm gonna tell you why there's a Pookie in the selection.
Fast forward a little
because
bit
Black men have abandoned Black boys and have allowed social media, white media, athletes, and rappers to raise them. That's why she with Pookie. If we never allowed Pookie to develop, she would not have a Pookie. If we're going to be men, the first thing we got to do is take responsibility for why our women feel the way they feel.
I can hear that.
I'm not saying that they're right to disrespect, because even if a woman disrespects me, right, that still don't give me a right to disrespect her, because she's still the queen of the community. Even if she's not acting like it, I'm going to give her that respect. But when I hear brothers talk like this discourse we having now, we act like we don't understand.
No,
there's reasons for that shit.
I do understand. Women are so valuable. You get what I'm saying? Like,
this is the part where we break a little bit, where he's talking about, why does she even have a Pookie? Why is she picking a Pookie? Well, Dr. Umar, you know, me knowing that he knows about Planned Parenthood, me knowing that he knows about all of the different strife and struggles where we went through as a community, where they took, like, literally there was a government and a systematic plot to take the Black father out of the home, like, in which led to mothers raising sons. And, sometimes women can tend to be, and in this environment, to compensate for the male not being around, kind of toxic to their sons at times, overbearing, or let's say, too coddling. It, for more reasons than I could express right now, I feel like Dr. Umar Johnson could have came up with a better critique than that. And I don't feel like that was, like, on brand with what he typically talks about. Like, he typically talk about the root of why the Black community is what it is today, in terms of systematic oppression, systematic racism, and whatnot. But once he gets to this gender conversation, and Dr. Umar Johnson has a tendency to do this, and a lot of Black creators have a tendency to do this, where they want to pander to one side or the other in order to get more money or get more views or whatever. And I mean, instead of holding both sides accountable for their opinion, and I get it, what he's going to say, he's talking to Black men right now, so of course he's going to critique Black men right now. But, I think that he's a little bit off with the Pookie and the Ray Ray kind of conversation. I think that at the end of the day, we all have choices to make in life. And with those choices come a certain consequence. So you can't absolve a person of the choices they make. Like, you can't sit around and turn around and tell, oh yeah, like, no, Black women, the Pookies, you picking the Pookies and the Ray Rays are not your fault. It's the other Black men that aren't Pookie and Ray Ray's fault. Like, that's nonsensical. That like, no, at no point should those two things exist in the same statement, because we all have our own personal agency. We all can make decisions and take care of ourselves, or do for ourselves as adults. So when things go awry, we can't put that off on to another group that's struggling. You feel me? Like we all in this shit together. We're like crabs in a bucket mentality type of deal. We all, Black people, we all in this shit, in this system together. Some by choice, some came over here and migrated over here. Others, we were born into this shit. You feel me? And I don't need to get into the whole history of how we were born into this shit, but we were born into this shit. So we trying to figure it out the best way we fucking possibly can. And, like little conversations like this, little comments like this, I just don't vibe with it. And it's been a lot of shit like this on social media that I ain't been vibing with recently, even from people that I thought I respected, or people that messaging online, because I don't know these people personally in real life. So it's hard for me to really actually have some real level of admiration. But I will say that a lot of people, I thought that they were gonna go another way. You know what I mean? I thought that Brother Polite, hearing about the controversy that he's in, I thought he was gonna go another way with the shit. Like I said, with the Dr. Umar Johnson, I thought he was gonna go another way. And even with the Keke Palmer shit recently, that's a female who I thought, would operate a certain way, but, you never know. You never know. You don't know none of these people, bro. You don't know none of these people personally in real life. So you never know how they're going to really act. You never know what situation, when they're placed in it, what you're going to find out. So, yeah, I just think that Dr. Umar Johnson, on some of those points that he made on this podcast, I think he was off base by trying to shelf the blame onto Black men, other Black men that aren't Pookies and Ray Rays, for the decisions of Black women. That's what I wanted to say about that. I just wanted to put that up for a little bit to talk about that. Next up, another thing in my absence while I was gone, another thing that kind of irked my nerves was the BET Awards. I don't know if y'all seen it by now. Everybody has had to have seen it. The BET Awards, somebody should call it the EBT Awards by how ratchet it looked. Let me pull it up. Let me see.
Oh, ladies.
All right. Only a comedian could describe this shit better than I can right now. Let me play this brother for y'all for a second.
Gentlemen, let me just start by hitting you with the headline. The BET Awards is ratchet as hell. It is not the BET Awards anymore. It is the EBT Awards. I love BET. I've always supported BET. But as of late, in the last few years, I've gotten myself to the point where I don't even watch BET no more, because for the most part, the BET Awards was the only highlight of actually watching the actual channel, because all they show is reruns and stuff. Now, we don't even know what's going on with BET no more. You know what I mean? We tune in. You know what I mean? And you watch the BET Awards, I watched it, and the whole thing wasn't ratchet, but it was the ratchetness was all throughout. It's black entertainment television, and the upper crust of black entertainment is nowhere to be found at the BET Awards. Where's Denzel? Denzel's son is has a show. I believe it's on Showtime. Was he there? No. He wasn't there.
And it's just no balance. It's all over the damn place because it's white owned. We gotta always understand that part of the game. BET is white owned. All right, let's get
Not the correct, well, too correct, brother, to Tariq Nasheed. BET is now black owned. I think Tyler Perry just took over the ownership of the channel, and you know, I don't know if the deal has been secured or not, and I don't know if the deal was secured when he did this award show, but you know, up until this point, it was white owned, and with it being white owned, you could tell, kind of look at this shit, like, look at that shit. Like, you got Krishan Rock pregnant and twerking. You got Sexy Red, who just recently came out and admitted on a podcast that she had chlamydia at a certain point in time. I'm telling you, Batman couldn't beat that information out of me if that was the case. Like ghetto culture and ratchet culture has infested what was supposed to be black excellence on with BET. And I don't like it. I don't think nobody black should like it. But I'm not just trying to say that it's just because of these two individuals. It was the whole show. Like, if you watch the whole show, it was supposed to be a memory to take off, or, you know, Busta Rhymes Lifetime Achievement Award. But, you know, the music that was being played, to the ensembles that people wore, to, you know, what's her name? Lil Uzi Vert getting a phone thrown in his face. And, you know, it was like messy, bro. Like, I seen bits and pieces of it, and I'm glad I didn't watch the whole fucking thing, because that shit is disgusting. And it's a disgusting representation of us as the black community. And hopefully Tyler Perry could bring BET back to its prominence. hopefully he could take it from being the EBT Awards into the BET Awards again and restore some level of elegance and balance. Because I'm not going to act like hip hop today is not a part of Black culture, right? Because the essence of hip hop, the essence of the genre was supposed to be about Black people giving a voice to what they see in their environment. That's usually what music is supposed to be about. Music is supposed to tell a story. So at the end of the day, the stories that's being told in music, if you look at it now, it's one of shoot a nigga, kill a nigga, you know, sliding for your homies, females talking about they pussy and how good they are at sex. Like that's what music has degenerated to, or hip hop has degenerated to nowadays, where artists used to be respected for their lyrical mastery or for the substance in their bars. Now you got shit like Ice Spice, where the dude's a munch and she's selling millions of records and making a bunch of money off of that. And I don't even necessarily know if you could say Ice Spice is hip hop culture. To me, she feels almost like she culturally appropriates and assimilates at time to get money. I feel like that's like industry plant 101. I feel like a lot of hip hop artists, you know, not just Ice Spice, but the Post Malones of the world at one point in time assimilated in order to get a bag. And we allowed it as a Black community because we gave them views, we gave them listens, we gave them clicks, and we gave them likes. You support with your attention. I think that's an important thing that people should understand in anything that they watch or anything that they tune into. You support it with your attention. You feel me? So you stop giving it its attention, you stop giving it your attention, then it goes away. Think about it. These apps nowadays, Instagram just created a whole new app called Threads in order to compete with Twitter for our attention. I don't think y'all understand that. They created a whole nother platform, a whole nother app in order for you to spend more of your time being on in order to get your attention. And then not only that, but we already know on Instagram, they kind of limit how many people could see whatever you post, whatever's in your story, because Instagram, Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, and the corporate brass that controls and runs those major social media platforms, such as those, they want to control the flow of information. They want to control what it is that your friends, people that you've connected with, people that you know might know mostly in real life, some people that you connect with online because of your content or whatever, but they want to control what they see. It don't work how everybody think it work. Like I remember I used to think a long time ago that, you know, I just create a post and I post it and, you know, everybody could see it because it's public. But no, they limit that feed and they selectively choose who gets to see it. That's why some of your posts, you might have 400, 500,000 followers and you'll only have 100,000 likes. Or in my case, I don't got barely any followers or shit like that, but I'm appreciative of the ones that I do. By the way, big shout out to you guys for following and watching. But even then, you know what I mean? Like, even if I don't care if I have 500, there's no way in fuck that 28 people or 30 people should like a post, unless it's like a lot of secret haters. And that's another thing to look out too, where you be having it's a lot of people that be following you just to be nosy. You know, they don't really actually like you. They don't really actually like your content. They don't really actually know anything about you or like anything about you. They just like being nosy. They're just like, like they want to see what you up to. Keep tabs on you and shit like that. That's why you when you make a post on Instagram, like you just make a post of your picture or whatever, or you smiling or being with your family, like it'll get those 30 likes, but you'll post a story and it'll get 70. Some of that is, like I say, the corporate agenda, and some of that shit is just people just want to be nosy rather than really support or like your shit. So there you have it when it comes to that. Yeah, the EBT awards or the BET awards gotta restore some level of elegance. I wanted to get into another topic now about, let me see if I can pull this shit up. Let me not even, I was just watching this shit. Yeah, this is the one. Here we go. Get to the part where her and Charleston is talking shit.
And the sociological program, and we eliminated the fact.
I wondered if somebody clipped this shit. Nah, nobody clipped this shit. We gotta actually watch this shit. You know, I don't mind supporting this lady channel. I think she has good points, but I also think
that's where
some of the shit she say is shot out. So, you know, that's neither here nor there. But let's get into it. Let's check it out.
Most Black women in these environments are failing that because they don't have the prenatal care, they don't have the biology.
Right. And see, they did, but here's the thing: because we have put the psychological and the sociological program, and we eliminated the foundation of biology, because everybody is trying to talk about psychology and sociology. You want to know how you know that's true? Because you got people out here saying, I feel like I'm a man. You know, men can have periods. This is the sociological program before the biological program, creating mental disorders in people, right? Because you've eliminated that. Now we're talking about programming in school. Again, that's the program before the biology, continuing to create these mental disorders, because the proper order is biology, psychology, sociology. Biology, psychology, sociology, in that order.
Mind, body, soul.
Yeah, in that order. Right? So if you don't do that, right, you're going to have a bunch of people who cannot see where the errors are in life because they have eliminated the foundation. No structure can survive on a cracked foundation, but they didn't remove the foundation and got people all in the air willy-nilly.
So let me just say this, right? So I'm sitting here listening to her talk. And I'm saying, man, most of us have children at a very young age. And the things that we allow our children to see, because we're young with these young brains from 0 to 5, it distorts everything. This woman done broke down in the order in which we have to operate. That's why one party in politics is way more powerful over Black people than the other party, because they create a lot of social programs, a lot of sociology, and it focuses a lot on our socioeconomic status.
Right.
And it never talks about our biology.
Okay.
It never talks about our mindset. Fucking.
Yep.
That's what they're doing in the ghetto. They do a bunch of fucking.
But that's what happened with attack. You remove the philosophy that produces the morality, hence demoralization, the removal of morality. You could see this happening in the United.
Boy, I'm a man saying this is what we did as kids, homie. We really were raping. But we moved into the white people neighborhoods doing this. We don't. She like me, but everybody go fuck. Just how we do. These niggas just don't want to admit it. I came to the minute doing what she did, admitting the faults of men. These are the faults of men. Have I ever done it now?
I think this is the part that I was looking for.
Somebody. I ain't never killed nobody. So what I wanted to show as well was the hypocrisy. I killed the white man. And there's real evidence that I served time for murder. Documentation, you know what they say? You ain't never killed nobody. I rape white bitches. Yeah, you rape white bitches. How can you believe one and not the other when one has proof and documentation and the other has nothing? So this is what they say. Well, he admitted to it. What fool will admit to rape and they still locking Bill Cosby up from 1969?
That's that bullshit Charleston be doing.
So yeah, I use that.
He'll make you
I
dizzy
don't
with the bullshit.
apologize for it. Now I do it again if I had to start all over.
So I'd like to get a response.
Oh,
please.
of course. I've been waiting on this.
He's trying to correlate two things. He's trying to correlate the fact that, and this is what I mean by the bullshit. He'll give you something that he's on record or he got paperwork for or something that he got evidence of, but the story, once you get into it, it ain't like that all the way. And then he'll use that to validate another point that he has that is like totally outlandish to say. You know what I mean? Like him trying to say that, oh, he's documented for murdering somebody or on paperwork behind it or whatever. He wasn't the one. Documents show that he wasn't the one that murdered that person. You feel me? One of his friends was the one, and he was around, and of course that he got included into it as a co-defendant, but he wasn't the one who actually pulled the trigger or actually did anything gangster. Charleston was a wannabe gangster when he was young, but that's not the part that he's going to tell people. And him raping a white woman, I wouldn't put it past him. But at the same time, like when he was younger, what he does is he'll consider a little white girl that wanted to fill the BBC, in his neighborhood that he was growing up around, and she was just very over sexualized and fallacious. So she let him and a few of his homies hit, or they coerced her into hitting him. He would say that that's rape, I don't even know if I could say that on this platform. SA. He would say that that's SA. So that's the thing about Charleston White that you got to watch out for. You got to mind it. You don't have to do much digging to kind of find the holes in his argument and the holes in his point. And I say that because they're going to get to a point in this podcast where she's going to use what Charleston said to kind of put all men into that, all black men especially, into that bracket. And see, and the thing about her, I think Princella's a smart woman, but I think that her generalizations of black men are kind of short-sighted or small-minded, and it doesn't leave room for error on the female's part. Like it doesn't leave room for error on even her part. Like when she makes these certain assumptions that she makes. I'm gonna get into her content a little bit more, just because I've been watching her videos and stuff like that, and I think that I say like some of the shit she just say like it baffles me. She's almost like Charleston White. She's like a mix of Charleston White and the female Kevin Samuels, the reverse of Kevin Samuels. So let's keep going.
This is the main thing I wanted. This is the main thing I wanted to address, because one, here's the thing. Just as well as we all know about male nature, you ain't got to tell a male to do nothing like that because it's already in his nature. So as a figure, as a person who has the intelligence that you have, the ability to draw people that you have, these dudes looking for you to be their daddy, and you get out here and be like, yeah, I rape white bitches, I rape. These dudes are waiting on the opportunity to take advantage. And let me tell you something.
I was hoping they'd do it to white women. Yeah. When I said it, I was really egging niggas on to go get white women because I'm sick. Yeah, nigga, y'all doing it to the sisters. Go do to them white hoes and them Mexicans what y'all do to these sisters.
See, that don't work, because all these women are women. We're under a patriarchal.
See what I'm saying? It don't take much. It don't take much listening to them to find the holes in their argument. Charleston is exhibiting a sense of false race pride by saying, oh yeah, I want niggas to do this to white women, knowing that the consequences that they'll suffer behind that. So kind of setting in doom and doom. That's why you can't take what Charleston says serious. You got to take it with a grain of salt. And she's over there talking about black men are looking for Charleston White to be their daddy. Like both of them are shot out of a fucking cannon with this bullshit that they saying niggas hate Charleston White, bro. Like, I don't know, what are you talking, like, she lost in the sauce. It might be, he might have some of his followers might look up to him in that way. But for the most part, Charleston White is a walking minstrel character, bro. He's like a bully coon or a zip coon. We only know one version of coon, but you know, there's bully coon and there's zip coons too. They ain't just Uncle Tom's. You feel me? It's also other versions of minstrel characters that existed. If you just look up the minstrel cartoons, you'll see the different versions of minstrel characters that they had out there. As a matter of fact, let me go into that because I really want to finish watching them, but you know, like this is what they do, bro. Like some of this stuff is gas that they be trying to sell you. Oh shit. I didn't mean minstrel as in a period. Here we go. This is all on YouTube, by the way.
Mama with a boo-hoo-hoo, give me. Run all day. There is nothing for you to do. The boogie woogie walk from the you. Let the boogie woogie be. One hour stop for lunch.
And as serotonin is the brakes on impulse, noradrenaline is the accelerator. So you drop serotonin levels, you raise Bully Coon was the minstrel character. You remember? So Jim Crow, and Zip Coon. So there was two minstrel characters that white America created. The Jim Coon, who was the goofy, dumb, infantile black man, and that made white folks feel good. But then there was Zip Coon. Zip Coon was very different. Zip Coon was a bully coon. Zip Coon was the razor wielding. He's always found with a razor, and he come through the hood and slash up the fellow coons. He's a bully to the other coons. He never wields his razor at whites. But Zip Coon is that bully. He's a coon that bullies other coons. So in the dominance hierarchy, they go from alpha males to the bottom epsilon males. That's the lowest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I couldn't find the cartoon. I thought I could find a cartoon on it. I forgot where I remembered it from. But yeah, obviously it was Dr. Wesley Muhammad who talked about that. You know, the bully coon, the zip coon, Jim Crow, and, you know, all the coons in between in their whole social hierarchy of how coons operate. So that's basically what you got going on with a Charleston White. You got a bully coon, you know, like he's a walking minstrel character. He's comedy. You know, he's not real. This shit, some of the shit he say will have a bit of truth in it, but it's always kind of his bullshit twist to it to kind of get views, kind of get people attention. I can't remember where I seen a video where somebody was talking about Charleston White, you know, and even he's admitted this himself, that he's a community activist and he's done, you know, righteous things for the community. His messaging has been a messaging of positivity and progress for Black people at one point in time, and that's what he used to focus on. But he wasn't getting no attention. He wasn't getting no money. He was broke. Because the thing that people got to realize, even Malcolm X was broke. Even Malcolm X. A lot of people like to talk about, you know, our activists and the people that, you know, were focused on a fight for civil rights or dignity or justice for the Black man and the Black female. But a lot of people don't talk about the financial struggles or even the hardships that they went through in life as a result of them taking up a noble cause. Usually that's what happens when you take up a noble cause. If you're not taking it up to enrich yourself and you're taking it up literally for the people, that, you know, you're going to face great opposition. You feel me? I know Spider-Man's uncle and that Spider-Man said, with great power comes great responsibility. And it does. But the other part of that is, you know, you're going to face great opposition. So you got to be responsible. You got to be honest. You have to have a set of principles and you have to stick to it. Because even Assata Shakur told Tupac Shakur when he went over to death row, they're going to give you all of the tools that you need to destroy yourself. At a certain point, once you get to a certain level or a certain status in life, you're going to get all the tools to destroy yourself. You feel me? That's what they say, money is the root of all evil. Money, the love of money is the root of all evil, because once you love it, then you begin to exacerbate your deterioration, your moral deterioration. You feel me? Money only accelerates whatever problems you have or whatever solutions you're trying to come up with. That's all it does. It just accelerates it. You feel me? So if you're a person with a cocaine addiction, you're going to be able to have access to mountains of cocaine and you might overdose. If you're a person that's trying to build a school, wink, wink, Dr. Umar Johnson, supposedly when you get money, that school's supposed to get built faster. You know, of course, there's a whole nother topic to get into about that, but that's what money's supposed to be about. You feel me? It's supposed to be nothing but a resource that you use in order to either solve your problems or use to destroy you. But yeah, so that's my view of Charleston White and this Princella Clarke conversation. I said I was gonna get into some more of her videos, and I'm gonna do just that, yo. I think she was on Fresh and Fit. Yeah, I think she was on Fresh and Fit. Yeah, I want to see this episode. Yeah, let me see that episode. My layout is not layouting right now. But here we go.
Because you lazy and you controlled by your fucking penis. You wish you could think like me. You wish you can operate like me. You wish you had the charisma I had. You wish that you had the audacity that I have. But you don't. You know that what I display should be the traits that your ass displaying, but you can't.
No, that's fine. All right, so you're in a relationship with a guy. He has money. It is what it is. I mean, let's be honest here. We talk about this on the podcast. Rich dudes are always going to have side chicks. You just got to deal with it. It is what it is. All right, fair enough.
I understand that.
But you're saying you're loyal to him. You don't deal with anyone else.
I don't. And I'm being for real.
At least you made a choice.
All right.
So, what about you?
Oh. Hi, I'm Candy. Single, completed high school.
How old are you?
25. My birthday's in like 2 days.
Okay. So you're turning 25.
Yes. Well, no, I'm 20.
So you're
26,
turning 26. Okay.
But I'm 25. Yeah.
Okay. And where are you originally from?
Sherman, Texas.
Sherman.
Yeah.
Now, I want y'all to know when we did the show, listen, when we did the show, they chose where everybody was going to sit at. We didn't just go sit down. They had everybody stand up and they say, you sit here, you sit here, you sit there, y'all sit here. So here's the thing. In their opinion, because they chose the seating, in their opinion, these were the 3 baddest chicks because they're right in front of the camera that can zoom in right on them. So even if you look from the side, you see they don't really zoom in, or the side panel is not as up close as the seats right here by the door. So in their opinion, these were the most physically attractive girls, right? But why, right? But why? Because listen to the mentality. Listen to them speak, right? They're empty shells. They don't know no better, and they are in their 20s, early to mid 20s. I think maybe she was in her late 20s. No, the other girl was in her late 20s. So they early to mid 20s right here, right? So they not only are they zooming in more on them physically, because of the camera angle, you're actually zooming more in on their psychology too, right? You're zooming more in on their psychology at the same time that you're zooming in with their camera angle. It's just a psychological thing that happens, right?
The small town.
And that's where I got to give her credit. That's why I give her just due, because she has knowledge. She has some level of insight, or she's able to recognize game. You feel me? It's just what she chooses to do with that, you know, and like the points that she takes or the positions that she takes are off kilter. You feel me? And that's where me and her break at. Sometimes like her points are almost damn near nonsensical at certain points in time. I want to go back to early in the video where she was making certain points. Like, here we go.
We post 6 clips per day, 10 shorts per day. So go subscribe to that channel, help us hit a 1 million so we can get another golden plaque and flex on the haters. And then fresher vlog.
Guys, for all your vlogs, you need man to go to the channel. We do vlogs as well. And guys, we did a funny live stream with a blind date. My friend Kevin Tobias came through from Colombia, and it was crazy, man. So go check it out. Once again, Twitch account away. Let's go.
Boom. And guys, check me out on Fed 1811 as you guys my criminal cases. For all you people that like true crime, I do. I pretty much cover everything from terrorism to bank robberies to murders. It's everything, man. But I'm going to be doing the mafia, guys. I'm going to be. You guys been asking for fucking months, so I'm finally going to do it. I'm going to cover extensively. It's probably going to be a 10-part series, where I'm going to cover La Cosa Nostra, Omerta, with being a made man, everything. You know, the hierarchy, what a consigliere is, all that shit. I'm going to cover. The 5 families of New York, all that stuff is going to be a like 5 to 10 part series. That's going to start probably on Thursday. But yeah, man, Yeah, check us out over there on Fed 1811.
And the book.
And my book. I forgot about that. Guys, I got a book. It's called Why Women Deserve Less. Go ahead and get it. Amazon.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. No. That was another law of power, sweetie. Oh, my God. Let's see. There was another one. Which one is it?
Anybody who references the 48 laws of power, I know that your heart is not really in the right place. A lot of the times, the 48 laws are a powerful. Well, the 48 laws of power, I read it. It's a book for how you can manipulate people in terms of a business aspect. That's essentially what it's about. It's about how do you gain power through utilizing certain laws in networking. You feel me? Usually done in networking. And of course, this is a business setting. And of course, she is somewhat networking. So this is applicable in this setting, but trying to teach it to people, I feel like a lot is going to get lost in translation, trying to teach people a book on how to manipulate people from a business aspect on the internet in the context of dating and relationships. The world is based on manipulation at the end of the day. People do it even without subconsciously realizing that they're doing it. It is the intention behind it, what makes people call it manipulative. Like your intention, if your intention is self-serving, a lot of times, like if you're raising children or you're teaching children, you're technically manipulating their brain to want to learn more or follow a certain set of principles or morals that you have for them. Like that isn't manipulation in my book. But technically, if you break it down, the technical aspects of it is considered manipulation because you're giving them ideas that they wouldn't technically have. You're suggesting things that technically they don't know, so like that's what it is. Certain things you're hiding from them and certain other things you're giving to them. It's all, I say the world is based on manipulation. We manipulate our hands to use a phone every day. We manipulate the phone screen in order to give us certain information every day. But like I say, it's all about intention. It's like, what are you getting it for? Are you getting it for knowledge, wisdom? Or are you, I consider that teaching. I consider that essentially teaching somebody something because you want it for their benefit. Giving somebody some risky information, I guess you could consider this teaching. I guess you could consider what she's doing, trying to teach women about men, but you teach them about a certain man that, they're going to choose anyways. You teaching them Myron got to be a millionaire by now. Freshers have to be a millionaire by now. So it's like, it's an exercise in futility. If you really step back and look at it, in reality, you just doing this to enrich yourself. In reality, you trying to come up with talking points. You trying to promote your brand, the queen maker, so like some of these some of these people online, bro, they could kind of miss me with the bullshit because you kind of read it. It don't take much thought in order to break it down. But let's continue.
Which one is it? I'm glad he mentioned that. Okay. I'm going to find it. I don't know exactly which one it is, but I'm going to find it while we're sitting up here listening to this. But listen, you have to know your enemy. Know your enemy, because I went up here with the intention of going to war, intellectual war. I didn't go up here just to be a bimbo being seen, baby. I went up here with an all-out agenda to go to intellectual battle. And so when you're going to battle, baby, you got to know your opponent. So in order for me to know how to come at him, I had to study his psychology. Number one, Myron is very high strung. He is very high strung, and it is easy to get him in his feelings. When he is cornered and don't know where to go, he resorts to an emotional outburst. Okay. He speaks very fast because he's not really confident in the shit that he's saying. Right. So I read his book. I know what angle he's coming from. I know his talking points, and I know that Myron is a one-trick pony. If you get him into unfamiliar territory, he is not gonna know how to respond. This is total tactic. So I read the nigga book because I knew I was gonna throw his shit back in his face. Why? Because you're not gonna fight me. You don't even know that you're here for a fight. You don't even know this. I know this though, because I flew all the way out there from Houston to do it. Right? So
see what I'm saying? I can't be mad at her knowledge and how she's maneuvering these dudes in business aspect, but you know, it's just when you dig a little deeper, like you can't really apply all of this to something. Like I say, females still gonna choose Myron regardless of him writing a book Why Women Deserve Less. Females are still gonna choose him just because he has money. You feel me? Like that's the other aspect that it's. I could see if you were telling this to females to stay away from guys at a certain socioeconomic status, or knowing how to you know, make those guys want you. But in reality, those guys are the ones who hold the cards. And that's kind of his message. That's kind of Myron's messaging that he preaches. Like once you get, you make yourself valuable, you get to a certain status in life, guys, and then you hold all the cards, and then you could just kind of shit on whatever female that comes your way. I don't agree with that aspect of what he's saying. I think that regardless, you get yourself to a certain level of stability. That way, you don't have to tolerate bullshit from people, or a certain level of bullshit from a female. And you don't even have to get yourself to a certain level if you just staying single regardless, period. Like you don't, getting to a certain financial threshold doesn't now give you the license to say, you know, these hoes ain't shit, fuck them, da-da-da-da, I'm gonna just stick them and move. You feel me? Like if you're waiting till you get money to be yourself and act like yourself, it's kind of lame to begin with. It's a lame premise to begin with. And, you know, at your core, that's what it is. But so I think that these is like, but these are the people that's most visible on the internet. Charleston, White, and Myron in Fresh Fit. Those are the people that's most visible. Those are the people who constantly get people to tune into their content. Even though their messaging is off, and even though their messaging doesn't necessarily reflect the majority of all men all the time, they have truth in what they say, and they make certain points, and they make it entertaining, so people tune in and they watch. You know?
he don't know that this is straight warfare, intellectual warfare.
Okay, all right.
So,
all right. Well, I know it is.
Reading
Get to
his
the battle.
stuff.
Get to the damn battle.
I'll put in a relationship. Fantastic.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Incredible. All right. What about you?
My name is Princella, the Queen Maker.
Hey, y'all.
I'm 37 years old.
37, goddammit. Yeah.
Out of here.
Look good for 37.
Okay.
And I'm an entrepreneur, and I went to school for cell and molecular biology.
You got your bachelor's degree in that?
No,
Or-
18 hours away.
Okay, so you're working on it right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you said you're an entrepreneur. Like, what type of business do you run?
Well, I have my own podcast as well, and I'm
The High Power Podcast, right?
book writer as well.
Shout out to her.
So I dibble and dabble in a lot of different areas, but specifically podcasting and book writing.
Okay.
Do you dabble in the dark?
Say again.
Do you dabble in the dark?
How do you do that?
Bro, guys, the racist tropes when it comes to dating and shit like that, like that's what make a lot of people like myself don't fuck with Fresh and Fit, because like y'all say a certain shit, and Myron, you don't necessarily consider yourself to be one of us, so you know, and Fresh kind of a lame. Like all that dabble in the dark, all of that blacky shit, all of that goofy shit y'all be doing. Nah, I don't vibe with that shit.
I don't know. I'm fully enlightened, so I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm fully enlightened, so I don't think I dabble in the dark. Right?
I like that.
They meant, do you
What's your
fuck with
podcast
black
about? What are you
dudes?
talking about?
That's what they were
What you
saying.
talk about?
Feminism.
Come on with the fire.
Yeah, I wouldn't say feminism, but it's definitely anti-you. But I agree.
Anti-me.
Yeah.
Listen, I came up here to let them know. Listen, I came up here to let them know exactly what the hell I was doing. Right? I didn't pretend. I let them know what I was doing. I'm anti-you. And I came to level the playing field.
That's what's
right?
up.
Because I know they ask, I know all the girls can't do it, but I can do it, right?
Agree with a lot of stuff you say, though.
Okay. What in specific is it anti that you disagree with?
I actually don't disagree with a lot of the things that you say, but I
So then how's it anti-me if you agree?
No, because the angle that you come from, which is one-sided, so you don't take into account the full picture. So right, so and you're
Neither one of y'all do. In my opinion, neither one of y'all do. It is hard. I said this the other day. I wrote it down. It's hard to articulate a complicated idea in such a short time. Like, it is so many nuances and there's so many branches to one idea, like in one topic or one subject, that you'll be there all day long, just sitting around, just thinking about it before you even get to the point where you gotta express those thoughts to somebody else. So there, like, at the end of the day, you could try to be as virtuous in your messaging as possible, and still you will come off missing a point. You will come off where there was something that you didn't say that somebody gonna get in the comment. You didn't say this, you didn't say that. Like, it's impossible, bro. So, I mean, you could try to be as unbiased as you can and be as virtuous as you can and cover as much points as you can. But I don't know. I don't know about that take that he's one-sided and you not one-sided. You giving him the, I guess. Let's see.
But you're a pretty logical man, and so I like to.
All right, so what am I doing right here?
Yeah,
I say you're a pretty logical man. The key here, when I tell him that he's a logical man, the objective is to get his ego boosted a little bit, to boost his ego, and make him.
All right, let's go for it.
Don't matter that because
let's get into the debate.
And they want you to stand up, and they say you sit here.
I can tell.
Don't
ask me how, bro.
Okay, next.
I do a lot of things: social media marketing, OnlyFans, management, RN, traveling RN.
Wait, traveling nurse?
OnlyFans and RN is wild in the same statement. What the fuck? OnlyFans and RN in the same. She do OnlyFans and she's an RN is wild, boy. These females nowadays, boy, they some different type, boy. Boy, hey, they make them different now, boy. Damn, I thought that, like, y'all is in it to kind of take care of yourself. So if you're an RN already, you make good money. Like, why the fuck are you on OnlyFans, like, degrading yourself for bread, more money? Like, that they can see that. Your job can see that. People can see that. Like, that it's not going to go anywhere. Like, your children later on, when they grow up, they're going to see that. Like, shit is crazy. But
yeah.
Wait, nurse?
Yeah.
So your main job is a traveling nurse, probably, I would assume?
Yeah, but it's not like busy right now. So like that's why I like do like the extra stuff.
The other stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think medical field like it's always busy.
Not really. When you go traveling RN, it's really not. It's really like low.
Okay, let's
crazy.
I'm still a student in high school.
Still crazy.
This girl is a student in high school. They got a whole student in high school on the panel. What the hell is she gonna be able to say? No, real talk. If she's a student in high school, what the hell is she gonna be able to say intellectually? Not a goddamn thing. Because Myron is 35. He's lived longer. What can an 18-year-old tell a 35-year-old male about male nature? Not a damn thing.
You got a point.
Nothing. But this is who we got on the panel, right?
She has definitely have a point with that, and in their show, you know, Fresh and Fit is notorious for just usually getting bimbos up there, pretty bimbos up there to talk about shit. You know, the occasional celebrity shows, you know, they kind of get bimbos up there because they don't offer any real critique or any real pushback. But it was interesting she went up there because, you know, like I said, she does have some knowledge. So she's going to give them some real pushback for the first time from a female perspective. And I don't think she's going to try to come at it like a lot of other females that give pushback. They kind of get ignorant and they don't know how to have the debate or the conversation, you know, because at the end of the day, it's their podcast, it's their show, they're hosting it. So like, if you become too hostile or too combative toward them, they're going to be like, oh, well, then leave. Like, they're going to bait you into leaving, like, just so you can get a Frank Castle moment. So that's the thing. I'm interested to see how the rest of this shit go. But yeah, she does have a point right there.
Which gives Fresh and Fit an easy victory. They need easy people to get over on so they look tough. That's the definition of a bully. I want y'all to understand. This is the definition of.
We already covered
that. Okay. What about you?
That D too good.
These are all palatable questions. I don't care. I don't tell people what they want to hear. I'm gonna just tell you the truth, right? A lot of them on this panel have the desire to appeal to these dudes and tell them what they want to hear. I'm offended. So now you have so many males on the planet that wouldn't be here had it not been for law and law enforcement that upholds the ideology of patriarchy. So now you're surrounded by predators and you don't
hold on
damn story. See, I tell the whole, I care what the male says. Bikinis make men see women as objects. Scans confirm. Pick brain associated with tool use to light up. A new brain scan study reveals. Sexy women in bikinis really do inspire some men to see them as objects.
No shit. What the fuck? She damn near half naked. No shit.
According to a new study of male behavior. Brain scans revealed that when men are shown pictures of scantily clad women, the region of the brain associated with tool use lights up. Men were also more likely to associate images of sexualized women with first-person actions, verbs such as I push, I grasp, I handle. Said lead researcher Susan Fisk, a psychologist at Princeton University. Y'all gonna stop? I don't give a damn what these dudes say out their motherfucking mouth. Bitch, I know the truth about you. I know the truth about you.
So the truth about males is that we are sexually attracted to women. Real deep, real in-depth knowledge right there. You know, really in depth. Like nobody on earth could have thought of that but you.
And in a shocking finding, Fisk noted some of the men studied showed no activity in the part of the brain that usually responds when a person ponders another's intentions. And in a shocking finding, Fisk noted some of the men studied showed no activity in the part of the brain that usually responds when a person ponders another's intentions. This means that these men see women as sexually inviting, but they are not. Listen to me. This is the motivation for a male to grape you. Not only
they are not what? you know, you got to unlock the full, you got to unlock the full story for free by signing up. I don't think she's going to sign up with that Nat Geo article. Let's see.
Does the part of the brain that supposed to have activity going on to figure out what you're trying to mention? Bikinis make men see.
Let me see if I could unlock the article. How she keeps going.
Women as objects. Scans confirm. Pictures of scantily dressed women cause a region of the male brain associated with tool use to light up. A new brain scan study reveals. Sexy women in bikinis really do inspire some men to see them as objects, according to a new study of male behavior. Brain scans reveal that when men are shown pictures of scantily clad women, the region of the brain associated with tool use lights up. Men were also more likely to associate images of sexualized women with first-person actions, verbs such as I push, I grasp, I handle, said lead researcher Susan Fisk, a psychologist at Princeton University. Y'all gonna stop? I don't give a damn what these dudes say out their motherfucking mouth. Bitch, I know the truth about you. I know the truth about you. And in a shocking finding, Fisk noted some of the men studied showed no activity in the part of the brain that usually responds when a person ponders another's intentions. And in a shocking finding, Fisk noted some of the men studied showed no activity in the part of the brain that usually responds when a person ponders another's intentions. This means that these men see women as sexually inviting, but they are not. Listen to me. This is the motivation for a male to grape you. Not only.
Hold on. Let me share another screen. Let me add the other part of that, what she didn't say. I went through the process of signing up for National Geographic. Okay? I actually went through it just now. God damn it. For science or for knowledge or whatever it is that we doing this shit for. I actually went and signed up. It says that they are not. This means that men see women as sexy, inviting, but they are not thinking about their minds. Fisk said the lack of activation in their social cognition area is really odd because it hardly ever happens. Fisk and colleagues asked 21 heterosexual male volunteers to first take a test that scores people based on different types of sexist attitudes. The subjects were then shown pictures of both skimpy, dressed, and fully clothed men and women. Most of the men remembered heedless photographs of women in bikinis, even if they'd only seen the image for 0.2 of a second. Fisk reported this weekend in Chicago during the annual meeting of American Association for Advancement of Science. See, the advancement of science for science. And the men who scored higher as hostile sexist, those who view women as controlling and invaders of male spaces, didn't show brain activity and indicates that they saw the women in bikinis as humans with thoughts and intention, or they were gay. One or the other. It could be that too, you know, because I don't know necessarily think that women would be hostile invaders of male spaces. I don't know why a heterosexual male would see a woman as that. You know, this study or this science, I'm concerned now. Scientists have seen this absence of activation only once before in a study where people were shown off putting photographs of homeless people and drug addicts. If the similar studies were done with women, Fisk told National Geographic News, it would be hard to predict whether a woman shown in scantily clad male body would dehumanize him in the same way. Evolutionary psychologists have proposed that women tend to look for mates who have wealth and power. So some of Fisk's colleagues have suggested running a similar test where women are shown pictures of men next to expensive cars or affluent symbols, but Fisk doesn't think such an experiment would work the same way. There it is. There it is. There's the feminism. There it is. When you try to put everything within the context of the realm of what men value versus what women value, and you try to make it make sense, she's like, no. I already have the information that I need to bash men or shit on men. So let me just go with this. Fuck all that, being equal on both sides. Fuck all that trying to get a well-rounded perspective. In science, it is a process of discovery. So you're actually supposed to do all of the tests. If you're going to run this one test, if you're going to do this case study, then you should do them all to try to get as much information about, how men and women interact or socially bond with each other as possible. But, that tells me right there that there's an agenda. There are even agendas among scientists. There are agendas everywhere. Like I told you, the world is based on manipulation. At the end of the day, people have their own intention behind which they do it. It ain't always for good. So I automatically assume that it's not always for good. And I try to see or be optimistic that it could be. So if it is, I don't close that window. I don't close that door to that person. I want to see if they are. But usually I know it's a lot of self-serving shit. So, that's that. But yeah, it's interesting. It is interesting. That article was definitely interesting. Let's go back to what Miss Princella was saying.
Only does the part of the brain that supposed to have activity going on to figure out what you're trying to do, it don't light up. Right? You're a tool. They see you as a tool. And then the orbital frontal cortex, which is the part of the brain that controls impulse, it is canceled out when testosterone is high. What makes testosterone high? When men don't have sex, their testosterone levels increase. So not only do they increase and cancel out the job of the orbital frontal cortex, these motherfuckers' brains don't even light up to tell them that you ain't sexually interested in them. This is what makes males go after you and grape you. But y'all still believe that men are capable of love.
And that's the part where we disagree. She's generalizing all men and telling you men are incapable of love because of a study, a one-sided study that we just found out that was one-sided. And she's using it and conflating it with men that are predators. Like 21 men, 21 heterosexual men that it sampled. Like, how is that applicable to the rest of the male population? And it does not say in there whether those men were black, whether those men were white, whether they came from two-parent homes, whether they came from single or mother homes, Like, it does not say any other context about it. Like you cannot take these shits seriously, and you can't make this shit up. Like that's what I'm saying, bro. She has some knowledge, but it's just where she goes with it is what loses me at times, bro. Like, I don't know what to say, bro. I say I get female Charleston White mixed with Kevin Samuels, the reverse Kevin Samuels. So, you know, that's that when it comes to her. I'm done with the shit. I'm done with the shit. I already said it. She have knowledge, so you got to know. Excuse me, I just gotta. All right, new computer. So, but yeah, you gotta take what she say with a grain of salt to a certain degree. Same with Charleston White. So let me go to my favorite app. All right. Because this Keke Palmer situation is cracking me the fuck up. All right. That's what we gonna and I want y'all to see this shit. All right. Oh, let me share this. So, this is Keke Palmer. That's what she wore to the Usher concert. Had the yams out. The yams is yamming. Since she had her babies, you know, the yams is yamming. She looked good. She definitely looked good. Look at Usher's face. Look at this nigga face. This nigga like, God damn. God damn. Let me get a piece of that. But yeah. So do y'all think that this is appropriate for like your girlfriend to wear? Like most men, would you have a problem with this? I know I would. I know if even if my girl wasn't as famous as Keke Palmer and she wore an outfit like this out without me in public. Now, if she's with me, it's one thing. She's trying to look good for me. You know, she's giving up people show it. I don't give a fuck. Like if she's with me, you know, and whatever she got on, she's looking good for me. That's for me that day. And it just so happened that like other niggas, you can't get what, you know, she got. You feel me? She's with me. So, you know, that's where I guess I'm a little bit different. Like if my girl's with me, then I wouldn't mind her wearing shit like this. Cause I think that I would feel like she's doing it for me and to spite other people, like to show off or whatever. But go to a concert by herself while I'm at home with a baby, you got like fucked up. But then again, I don't think I'd put myself in a position that her boyfriend is to have a baby with her and you know, not marry her and she's the breadwinner at the end of the day, because this is the type of shit that's gonna happen. Like when women are in the role where they are somewhat the head of the household or the leader of the household, they show you what type of leadership you're gonna be under. They show you what type of relationship y'all gonna have. She's not gonna respect you regardless if you're not the nigga that is got the money, or you're not the nigga who has the status. You're not gonna get that respect, bro. So I think the little bro at this point, you got to cut your losses, Darius. Like the comment to post it online, publicly shame her and shit like that. Yeah, people could say that it was you know, wrong for him to handle it like that, but she was already wrong to begin with, to go outside like that, to go out in public like that. So yeah, that shit's wild. Shit is wild. I wanted to say I seen this shit somewhere else. I have something else somewhere. No. I know what happened after that shit. I don't want to talk about that Sneeko shit. But yeah, that was the outfit. And this right here, somebody said,
happy, baby. That's just so many other things I gotta deal with. I
they is shot out.
think when I'm hurting, baby, I ain't happy, baby. That's just so many other things I gotta deal with. I think that you should let it burn.
And this is Keke Palmer after the whole shit where he called out.
I'm about to link up. I'm about to link up. I'm about to link up. If you gon' act up, I'm about to link up. Link up. I'm about to link up. You ain't stopping what's going on with me, sweetheart. So if you gon' act up, I'm about to link up. If you gon' act up, I'm about to link up.
Right after.
I'm about to link up. I'm about to link up. If you gon' act up, I'm about to link up.
It's a wrap for them. It's a wrap for them. And that was the prevailing thought. Somebody said, beautiful, another single mom, Black love prevails. He basically scrubbed all traces of Keke Palmer from his Instagram. They are no longer together. It's a wrap. So, and I don't know, said, I'm listening. It's crazy that that motherfucker rely on for info. Change real data. Huh? Crazy they forgot that Usher out here giving people STDs. Oh, yeah. I don't know what you were saying with the first one about the people that we rely on for real data. They changed it. Oh, you talking about the shit from earlier, bro? Like when I was talking about Instagram and how they like, yeah, that was a little while ago, bro. Where I was talking about how Instagram and Facebook keep or limit the amount of data that we could see and receive from each other. Like if you make a post, like you're not gonna always see it. But anyways, yeah, a lot of people forgot about Usher out here giving people STDs, which is wild. That's crazy. Yeah. So, but that I don't think that they have nothing really to do with the Keke Palmer situation as much as her actions and her baby daddy actions. I think Usher is kind of the, you know, the party that's like just observing or just involved, but he's not necessarily involved. You feel me? Like people could say that, oh, he was insecure because it was Usher and this and a third, but to Keke Palmer, what do you think that Usher would see Keke Palmer now as? Like Usher's like 40 something years old. Keke, well, let me see how old Usher is. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's see how old Usher is. Usher is 44 years old. Let's see how old Keke Palmer is. Keke Palmer is 29. He is 15 years older than this woman. And I'm not saying that younger women don't date older men, but usually guys like Usher wouldn't typically take a female like Keke serious. He's had access to damn near every female in the industry, any female that he's wanted. I don't think he'd do that. You know, besides Usher likes older women, from what I heard a while back. But that's neither here nor there. The Keke Palmer and Usher situation is not a situation at all. She was just like, they had Usher had what's her name? Sweetie. Sweetie was at his next concert, and Sweetie was just standing there, just watching the shit, just looking at him. You know what I mean? And he was just kind of serenading Sweetie. Like, everybody got different reactions. Like, let me pull up. Let me go to YouTube and pull up the actual videos, because just showing it pictures don't do it real justice. Here we go. Like, she jumped into this nigga's arms. She jumped into this nigga's arms. Pop the coochie. Hey man, I'm done. I'm done with that. I hate this new fucking. You gotta have a fucking. You gotta have a mouse. All right, now. I don't know if it's recent that they have it. I think this is the one. Seen this shit on Twitter, bro. YouTube don't even have the shit up to date like Twitter do. There you go. Now this is Sweetie's interaction with Usher at the concert. No grinding up on him, no holding him, no jumping into his arms. And I think she's single as fuck. Sitting over there bobbing her head, smiling. Standing there looking good as fuck. That's it. Doing the terrible singing. No, nothing. That's it. That's all you got from her. That's all you got from her, ladies and gentlemen. That about the click. The chick Charleston White and even Kevin Samuels chick, I've been commenting on that. Yeah, well, your comments is like popping up like just now, bro. Like it said that you commented on that at 8:05. But either way, that's neither here nor there, bro. The comments still get posted as I see them, as they come up. You know, I put them up. But yeah. So that was the Keke Palmer and Usher situation. You know, albeit that it's tragic that, you know, we're gonna have another single mother, and we watched it happen right before our eyes. I mean, who's really to blame in that situation? I think that you know, they both are for how they handled it. She's wrong for how she dressed to the Usher concert and then getting up on stage and jumping in the man's arm. And he wrong for going on social media and calling it out like that. Like, you know, your mother, like, like, you know, but where they both fucked up at is, you know, like, and where a lot of people fuck up is talking about, oh yeah, they're not married. He don't got a ring on her finger. Like, remember, having a child for a man is the highest honor in the world that you can give him. You are attached to him for the rest of your life when you have a child by him. That is your ring. That's the ring that you settled for, having a child by him. You don't have to have an actual ring and sign the contract to be married to respect him if you're in a relationship with him, and especially if you have a child by him. That is a bullshit, nonsensical talking point that females use to divert attention from them taking accountability for their fucked up actions. The whole marriage trope, the whole ideology is ass backwards. The whole ideology is ass backwards. Like, I'll be so sick of the gender wars issues in celebrities and people, normal people, regular people, referencing celebrities' lives in order to validate whatever biases that they already have. You feel me? Like, so many females got online and just defended Keke Palmer, and then so many men got online and just, you know, just flat out was like, oh yeah, came to the defense of her boyfriend or baby daddy and shit like that. I say you got to be able to take yourself up out of it and just look at it from an unbiased perspective. If that was happening to you, you feel me? Like, it'd be totally different. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of y'all know y'all would handle these situations totally different in real life if the shoe's on the other foot. You feel me? So, like, don't reference Keke Palmer or don't use her doing that, which is something that she's going to deal with later on. Like, her baby daddy leaving her now that she's a single mom and now her kids growing up and he's not going to have the dad in the house. Like, that's going to be something she got to deal with later on, all because she wanted to go to a Usher concert and show off her new body that she got from having a baby. Like, you could say that Keke Palmer dressed whatever way you could say that she dressed. Keke Palmer was never looking like this before she had that baby. And she never really dressed like that before she had that baby. So, yeah. Hello? What's up? I was live recording, just finishing up. I was live recording, I was just finishing up. Nah, you good. You good. We had the end. And with that, hold on. Let me get it. Let me do my outro. All right. Thank you for tuning in to Bamsmithtv. As y'all can see, you know, we'll be back later on. We'll be back later on, but tune in again next time. Until then, some things I want to say. Crash Culture, the podcast, like my actual serious podcast, will be back again. I want to say probably tomorrow, if not Monday. I'll have the episode up and ready for you guys. you know, we're gonna talk about that submarine controversy and the, you know, backstory behind that and how they use that as a deferment to gut affirmative action. You know, I say Crash Culture is where we talk about all of the serious, real, impactful shit. Bamsmithtv, you know, we do whatever we want to do over here. We kind of have fun. You know, it's live reactions and rants and raves and whatnot, and gaming even. You can also catch me on Twitch. But yeah, y'all have a good day. Arrivederci.